Perfect. Do you wanna? Okay.
I'll let you do the introductions first, Dr. Makaka.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to just go where there's no noise because I'm outside. 1 second.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Okay. So good morning. I'll say good morning because it's morning here. Uh, Thank you so much for coming. I just want to appreciate everyone and thank you so much, Pauline, for coming. And Pauline, for those who doesn't know her, she is our Canada chairperson. So we're excited to have her. So just a brief about her. She's a seasoned leader with a rich background in personal and professional development for her teenage years. And also she's a best-selling author with 2 collective works and an autobiography available on Amazon. I'm sure she'll tell you more about that as well. And as the CEO, Guided Journey, she's a coach, and her mission is to create happier world, both locally and globally. And she empowers her client by guiding them in a safe environment, helping them to make better choices and overcome the obstacles that hold them back. And hence why she's doing this today. So thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you so much. And the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Makaka. That was wonderful. Hi, everybody. My name is Pauline Verwet, and I am here today as she said. I am a best-selling author. I've done a couple of collaborations. There's a couple coming on the way, one of which is Leading with Your Heart and Soul, as many of you may be aware. And I have become a vision board facilitator to help guide people get rid of the obstacles that are in their way so that they can have a clearer journey. And that doesn't mean that there are not challenges that come up, but I help you to remove those and dig deeper. So I've created a PowerPoint today, so please be patient with me. I will admit, guidance is my forte, not technology. So I'm going to get my PowerPoint here. And so today,
do you want to maybe enlarge it a bit?
Pardon me?
Do you want to enlarge it a bit, like expand if possible?
How do
okay.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, how do I? Okay, you know what? My PowerPoint is not here now. It's on my other screen. You can see it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. See, thank you, everybody. No, seriously, technology is not my forte. Okay, so I'm just going to do a brief outline here today because I don't want to do the workshop today. There will be September 9th, September 16th. I will be doing the full workshops, which will be 3 hours. Okay, today is the introduction, which will help you prepare for the actual workshop. So this is just a brief agenda of what we're doing today. There will be questions. If you have any questions afterwards, please feel free. Okay? So a whole part about doing a vision board workshop, it's being a little bit selfish and allowing yourself to dream. I have 30 years experience leading in the dental field before I got into mentoring with one-on-one clients. And I have been working with people all over the world for 3 years now with guided journey coaching, as Dr. Makaka said. The part of making the world a happier place is starting with ourselves. And especially as empathetic people, it is so easy. And believe me, I know how easy it is to give everybody whatever we can to help, right? I'm fully aware of how so many of us do that. But what about those days when our cup is now empty because we've given it all away? This is where, with a vision board workshop, I will guide you and show you how important it is to take care of yourself first and all of the other different areas, so that when you are strong and you are healthy, that ripple effect happens and you can guide other people so much more effectively. So I want to clarify what a vision board is and what a vision board is not. When I first started, when I first became a vision board facilitator, I spent about 3 months. I made this this picture here that you see. I was very, very proud of it. But my professor very politely said, you know, I appreciate the time you spent on this, but that is a collage. It's not a vision board. So a vision board is not just wall art, something that you put on to cover up a hole in the wall or stick in the back of your closet. It is something to like it with this, you'll see it's a whole bunch of pictures and it's very mixed up. And when you see pictures with a vision board, you want to respect each picture uniquely. With the collage, it's very mixed up. And this is what I would now refer to as what some psychologists refer to as monkey brain, where everything is all scattered. So leadership, success can be in leadership. I'm going to skip ahead for a second. This is what a vision board is. It allows your dreams to become a reality. And the way to do that is by having clarity. Do you see the difference between the pictures where this is one of my clients that their vision board that they made. And it just shows the difference of the spacing of the pictures and how there's white around it, kind of like a frame. And that's what you want, because you're going to place your vision board when you're finished in a spot where you can see it on a regular basis, daily. Throughout the workshop, I'll teach you how to work with your vision board. And with your vision board, you're going to go through the emotions and the feelings that a picture emits to keep you moving forward in an empowering way. Your vision board will bring you awareness, lead to accountability, and the confidence to take the actions to make those dreams a reality. It provides clarity and direction, and it's that visual reminder on a daily basis of what your dreams were. Because when I was a child, when I always wanted to be an author, but as adults with children, marriages, divorces, all of these things that happen in life's pressures of work, everything that happens as adults, it adds to our plate. And it's so easy to forget our childhood dreams. And many of you may be aware that as a child, your most influential years are from conception to age 7. And so that time period is important in that your dreams are done out of your heart. It's your most authentic self. And this is the part of you that allows you to dream big because you're worth it. So with leadership, it's talking about being successful as well. Successful comes in many, many different forms. It could be financial, it could be health, it could be relationships, it could be family. Everybody has a different definition. And that's what makes us all uniquely special. And success can be infinite. I put this picture up here because it shows how it's not connecting right here. So part of doing a vision board workshop too is letting go of the old stories. Like with imposter syndrome, thinking you're not good enough, and ancestral chains, like through the years where family members may have told you stories and they do them in their best, with the best intentions. Though sometimes they're automatically, unintentionally adding all of those negative beliefs onto you. It's not because they are meaning to hurt you or anything like that. It's because this is how they were taught. This is how they were explained things. So you keep explaining those stories and those traditions onto your children, and then it just keeps repeating itself with every generation. So we go into that a little bit deeper. And the workshop is 3 hours. So during that time, I explain things in much more detail. Right now it's just the introduction. We also work through things like imposter syndrome. Some people might think, am I able to be a leader? Am I able to reach all these goals that other people expect of me, but what do I think of myself? So the funny thing with that is many people, with the words that they say and the things that they do, they are already being a leader, and they're part of that ripple effect, and they don't even realize it. And that's what happened to me as a teenager. I didn't even realize, with the groups that I was in and the leadership that I had been doing in different clubs as a child. So you quickly learn to value yourself. And excuse me, and again, that's part of what a vision board does. It helps you to remember and reconnect with that part of yourself that you may have forgotten about. And it's making those old dreams a reality, which provides not only the fulfillment and the happiness to get to where you are, but you're doing it for yourself. And it's okay to be a little bit selfish in this way, because some people will do a board and they'll think, oh, my children would like this, or my husband would like this, or my wife would like this. But a vision board, I want to really, really stress, is for you. Because everything starts with you as a leader. And when you are strong, when you are healthy, when you are mentally where you need to be and you have a clear vision, only then are you able to work the best way you know how. So another thing that we work through is overwhelm, anxiety, which leads to burnout, an unhealthy mindset. Or some people term it, like I said, was monkey brain. And that's when you go to sleep at night and there's so many things buzzing around in your head that you don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. You're not having a restful sleep because your mind is going on 24/7. So this is all about being selfish, and that it's okay to do things for yourself. You're the reason that the world is going to be changing because you're participating in LOANI. You have been nominated and you have been selected to be part of this group. And that's very, very important. So allow yourself to celebrate yourself and see exactly the role you're playing in your life. Learning the difference between reality and fiction. And getting rid of all of those old stories. Okay. I am also going to go through, so I just lost my mouse for a second here. There we go. Okay, and another part we discussed in the workshop is being able to connect with our head versus our heart. When people are in a business mind, lots of times you just do things to get things done. You don't do things mindfully in order to get the best outcome. And lots of people will, and I was like this is why I know. And this is why I know I'm a good leader, because I've worked through many of these things. The mindfulness is so, so, so important. Because even though you may not get as much done during the day, the items that you are getting done are being done in a much better, you're getting a much better result. So hopefully that makes sense. When you're multitasking, you're doing things just to get them done because it's on your task list and you're just quickly trying to go through things, trying to make sure everything is done, rather than making sure that they're done so that other people can use them or other people can benefit from them the way you want them to. There's also masculine versus feminine energy, and this is kind of different parts of your brain. So we kind of go through that as well. And we talk about how the different energies, some of you may be familiar with energies, and the feminine energy is the creator. And that's all the artsy, and how you can dig deep. And some of you liked paints, or you're very artistic, you're very good at drawing, or some of you might be good with cutting out pages in a magazine and you're more comfortable with that. Or some of you are more comfortable with using the computer, like maybe a program like Canva or something like that. These are all ways that you can make a vision board, just so you know. The masculine energy is more business-like. It's more concrete, direct, decisive. And even though like they're both good qualities, it's learning how to have that 50-50 balance so that when you're going through your daily life, you get into a habit where you know when to use which energy. And so those days you might feel kind of off kilter. That's probably the different energies that are around you that are not being balanced. Oh, sorry. Okay, so there are 5 different areas to think about before we do the workshop. One is your career, whether you are a business person or whether you are working for somebody. It's what you do for your income. Relationships, and this could be relationships with yourself or with others. I'm going to explain this one a little bit more because I just finished telling you that a relationship, a vision board is about yourself. So I'm going to explain this a little bit more. So with the relationships, the relationship category is for you. The example I'm going to give you is I have 3 children. They're adult children. And so some of you who may have adult children, you might be aware that and even as teenagers, they think they know everything. And or commonly, that at least mine do. And it's very, very difficult. So, and regardless of age, your children are always your children. You always, you love them. And yes, there's arguments and things like that. And it's life, and it's okay. But so in terms of relationships, I really wanted to build on a relationship with myself and with my children. So an idea for a vision board, you find a picture of yourself that you're proud of, that you felt successful. And then if you want to work on relationships, for example, with your spouse or with your children or with family, you could find a picture of a family, like maybe sitting down at a meal or something like that. Okay. But this is an intrinsic thing where it's coming out, where it becomes part of the ripple effect. I am very, very proud to say, for any of you who know that song by Scott Mendes, I think, or something, and it's called The Ripple Effect, and how the littlest things that you say and that you do, other people are watching and other people are seeing what you're doing. So, example, as your children, being able to have that direction and those leadership skills, whether in your life, whether you're an employer or an employee, leadership comes in all those different ways to make your successful, fulfilled life, which is happy. So this is why the relationships category is so important. I just wanted to make sure that was clear. Financial. Think of a number that you would like to be making per year. You don't have to write it on your board or anything like that, but think of it in terms of, if I had X amount of dollars, what could I do? What could I spend? And think of it this way too. Say we want to, like with LOANI, I'm hoping to have a conference next year in Niagara Falls. And in order to do that, there has to be a certain amount of money for it to unfold. So if you want car or the benefit or whatever you want to do, everything requires money. So think of it that way. Okay. Health. How are you treating yourself? Are you exercising daily? Are you eating properly? Like when I say properly, like healthy for what your body needs, not filling up on junk food or pop or anything like that all the time. Drinking the right amount of water that you need. Getting that exercise for energy. And then spiritual, whether you believe in God or the universe or Buddha or whoever it is, or whatever it is, as long as you have that hope and that belief that, you know what, we can make a difference with everything that we do. I'm just going to turn this a little bit here. The sun's getting in my eyes a little bit. It's nice to see the sun. We had quite a bit of rain yesterday. So now I just want to thank you all for being here today. This is just the introduction. I have selected the dates of September 9th and September 16th. The September 9th workshop is for the ambassadors or delegates, and then September 16th is for the members or the associates. Okay. It's really, really important that you do the correct time slot. I want you to be authentic when you do the workshops. The more you put in is what you're going to get out. And that's really, really important, because time is important as well. Everything has a value, not just finances, right? So the workshops will both be held at 9 a.m. CST. And again, I want to stress picking the one that you would fill into, because I want to be able to offer the workshops to as many people as I can. Okay, so I will open the floor if anybody has any questions about anything. go ahead. You can unmic.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was very, very impactful. I really appreciate it. I want to know, what do they need to bring on the workshop
Oh,
so that
I
they can.
have that. I have a slide here. Where did I put it? Hang on. You know what? I made one specifically for that. I think I had kind of zipped over it, maybe. Okay, so whether you are doing the workshop with a computer, like using Canva. Oh, here, I had it here. So whether you are, if you're going to use the computer, I've seen some people do it with Canva, and they just cut and paste pictures onto the screen. So what you could do is you could have, say, a folder of all the different pictures that you're thinking about, but you're not sure if you want those to be on your board. So if there's another program as well that you want to use, that's one way to do it. Or there's like a hands-on where like you could get an old poster board from like the dollar store or something. The ones that I use, it's kind of like, it's a white board, and I'm actually, you know what? I'll show you quickly my board. If you can see quickly, this is my vision board. Hold it really far back. Okay, so it's just a white piece of paper, or it's kind of like thick cardboard. And then just, you can use pictures that you download, or you can use like printing them off with scissors or markers. And like I was saying, if they want to use, if you're a good artist and you like drawing, you can do that. If you're more of a tactile person, you can use things, say a feather or a flower, dried flowers you may have. You're going to look through old magazines. You can also use, say you have old Christmas cards or birthday cards, you can use the back of that. And then that's actually nice and small. So you can just keep it on your desk or keep it, you know, in your purse or whatever, where it's easy. It's not as big. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, whatever you're more comfortable with. Okay. Okay, so Dr. Christine, if you could unmute, please. And I'm so glad you made it.
Yeah, it's been really great learning since I joined, even if it's just for a few minutes. I think there is a lot to take home. Well, I just wanted to ask if the same people who have attended the introduction, are they the same people who are joining us on the 9th of September, or we can still admit more?
Yes, no, that's a very good question. Yes. The people who are attending today, this is just the introduction. And so I'll show you here. So the September 9th is for the ambassadors or the delegates, and then September 16th is for the members. And so whether you're an ambassador or a member, I asked if they could please select which category. And then that meeting will be it's approximately 3 hours for the workshop. So it will be again at 9 a.m. Go till 12 CST. And there you go.
Awesome.
Does that help? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
Thank you.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any questions? Is everything as clear as mud? Yes.
Yeah, I think
Dr.
everything,
Christine.
I think even if I didn't start with you from the word go, the point where I got you talking about the head and the heart. If everybody could just go and prepare themselves to want to be here, to want to learn, because there is a difference between wanting to do something and having to do something. Because if you want to do
Yes,
something, then it comes from the heart. You will give
exactly.
it your best, you will want to be there, you will concentrate, and you will get the best from it. But if you have to do something, you are doing it because you want to show so and so that you did it. So let us prepare our hearts to receive so that when we come on board, either on the 19th or the 9th of September, the drive is from within, that we want to
Your heart.
learn this. Yeah, we want to learn this, not just for our own sake, but also for the others who are not in a position to join these workshops.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important, because then if they do contact you, you can show them, right? How to do this. Like you can show them how important the ripple effect is. But the Dr. Rosemary, you can unmute.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good morning. So it's nice
Hi.
to be
Thank you for
It's nice
coming.
to be here. Yeah, and I'm happy to meet with you because I
Yes.
was thinking whether there was going to be a Canada session, and this is really good. I like the fact that you spoke about self-care, taking care of ourselves, because most of
Yes.
us, we just take care of others, all we do is taking care of others. And then in taking care of others, we think that we are also taking care of ourselves. But in most cases, it doesn't just work that way. We just fill our calendar with every other thing but ourselves. So the importance of self-care is something that, I like the way you are emphasizing it. So well done.
Good. Thank you so much. Thank you. It is crucial, and especially as empathetic, like as parents, as moms or dads, it is so easy to give our children whatever we can. And it's important to remember to take a little bit of a step back and allow ourselves to go for a massage or to treat ourselves, right? Because I found as a mother too, I was wondering why I was always so anxious and why all of these things were happening. And then when I started my deep healing and my deep journey, I was able to provide my children more and more of myself, which is where multitasking versus single tasking is so important. Being mindful of what you're doing and to really, I always use the analogy of having a cup of tea. You can have it, you can have a cup of tea and you can just drink it hot, burn your throat and not think of it. Or you can have a cup of tea and just be mindful of the heat in the cup and really smelling the tea and how it feels in your mouth and the flavors and the sense, the sensualness of in your fingertips of the warm cup. And really allowing yourself that, 5 or 10 minutes and taking a deep breath and kind of envisioning the path that the warm liquid is going through your body.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
mindfulness. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here.
I just want to add something as well about what you said about
Yes.
about just to emphasize the importance of the vision board. It says it helps you clarify your goals when you stay focused, like what Ambassador Christine is saying, and take action to achieve your dreams. So it also encourages you to think deeply about your desire so you can live a happy life and achieve your goals. So I've learned about it recently as well, because I didn't know much about vision board, but hence why it's very important. And thank you so much for just doing this. So I just
you're very
encourage
welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. You know, it's it's so easy to just keep giving, give, because you want to help everybody. And I know some people might think I'm being naive, but if everybody could just get along and just be happy. But it's true. And I had to learn, you know, with kind of the hard ways in some instances, because I knew that when I set my boundaries with certain people, they weren't going to like it because they kept taking from me. You have your takers and your givers. And when you respect yourself, people learn to respect you more. And that's one of the limiting beliefs, is that people sometimes think, oh, but if I set limits, people aren't going to like me anymore because they're going to think I'm mean, or they're going to judge me. And that's kind of the difference that we'll talk about too, the difference between fiction and reality, and allowing yourself to take those steps so that it may not happen overnight, but when you start respecting yourself, people do come back. And I know I kind of spoke quickly about Scott Helman, the ripple effect song. To give you an example, my children being adults, they are on their own journey. And I was a single parent for many, many years. So I was a good punching bag for them for quite a few years, which is where when I finally set my boundaries, they weren't happy with it. And that's okay. My point here is that now my daughter, who is now 25, she just got engaged, and she used the song. They had a Facebook a video made for their engagement, and they used the song "The Ripple Effect," and it talks about how it's not about, you know, you and me. It's about the ancestors and the ripple effect of, let's try to make things different. And the only way we can do that is by setting boundaries and change. So even though our ancestors did the best with what they knew and what they could, like whether it was financially or whatever, they did the best because they loved you, but they only knew what they knew. So now being able to change it, it causes a little bit of kerfuffle, but you know what? It's awesome in the end, because now my daughter and I are rebuilding our relationship, and it's so beautiful. Patricia, how can I help you? Oh, you have to unmute, please.
Oh, Teresia.
I just want to find out. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much. Yeah, you are setting us to go on in September. We will be joining you. I just wanted to find out about the vision board. Does it have any time period, or suppose I want to do a vision board for more than a year? Is it permissible? Another question that I wanted to find out is, is it possible for me to make a vision board with a group of people, say with my teachers here at school, and how often one has to revisit the vision board? Thank you so much.
Those are wonderful questions. And I love the idea that you want to pass on this knowledge to your teachers there. That's wonderful, because this is the ripple effect. This is part of it. Okay, so what they recommend is doing a vision board about every 6 months. I will teach you how to work with it. When you are consistent and you're working with the vision board as I'm instructing, you're going to find things on your vision board are going to start happening, and they're going to be manifested. When there may be some things on your board that might be a little bit harder to receive. So those few items can go on your new vision board. And on that note, If you would like me to help you go through the instruction with your teachers, I can do that for you. So we can talk about that after. We can talk about that after.
Yeah.
Just contact me, and we'll go through that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have any questions at all? If you know which date that you would be going into. So Dr. Makaka, would you be making a separate link for those two dates then? September 9th and September 16th?
Yes.
Okay,
We'll send out all the information. Yeah.
perfect. And that will be on the LOANI site on Facebook?
Yes, on site, and then we have WhatsApp groups as well, so you can.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And with the WhatsApp group, it might be a good idea if you're doing September 9th to maybe the title or the name of the group could be Vision Board September 9th and Vision Board September 16th. That way it's very clear on who is joining which one, and so people will be able to know which one.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
You're
point
welcome.
taken.
Thank you so much for having me here today. If no one has any other questions, I really look forward to seeing you on the 9th or on the 16th. And as I said, they are 3-hour workshops. If you have any questions before that day, Dr. Makaka is going to have things that the group on LOANI, and I will be checking it, and I will answer any other questions that may come up for you, and we can go from there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you very much, Pauline. Much appreciated. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I
Thank
hope I helped. I hope to see all of you there on one of the dates.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing here
And the recording.
and end the recording.